Hey, what's happening, guys? This is James. Welcome to another edition of StaredownMMA TV. In this edition, we're going to focus on Pat Barry, his standing in the UFC heavyweight division, and how he keeps getting matched up against these freakishly larger opponents with each fight. Well, anyway, as we all know, the UFC on FX1 event is now over. It was broadcast live from Nashville at the Bridgestone Arena and had the main event fight of Melvin Guillard versus Jim Miller. Well, it was the Christian Morecraft and Pat Barry matchup that almost produced the most action in the least amount of time. Morecraft came out strong, and it looked like he was going to finish Barry rather quickly with a few submission attempts. But Barry was able to fight through it, and he was able to turn the tables, get it back up to their feet, land some crisp strikes, and then he pounded Morecraft out for the knockout finish. It was rather exciting, and now we're left thinking, well, where does Barry stand in the picture with the rest of the heavyweights in the UFC heavyweight division? We all know that Strikeforce is doing away with their heavyweight division and will be importing a majority of their top ranked fighters over to the UFC in the upcoming months. We've already heard of Fabricio Verdum signing his deal. He's going to be fighting Big Country Roy Nelson. Antonio Bigfoot Silva was rumored to be coming over and fighting Cain Velasquez. That's off. Velasquez versus Mir might be on. And now we have Pat Barry, who just made this loud statement at UFC FX1 against Morecraft. Wonder where he'll kind of fit into this whole picture. The interesting thing about Pat Barry is that he's not quite as tall as the rest of his opponents in the heavyweight division, which always kind of serves for these weird matchups that he has against guys like Stefan Struve and Chet Congo, who are just so much larger, not only in height, but they also have, rather extensive reach advantages over Barry also. So Barry's also one of those dudes that gets in there and likes to scrap, and he doesn't really care whether or not he gets hit or not. And obviously, it doesn't matter whether or not he gets taken down either. He threw kicks right off the bat. Morecraft was able to rip him to the ground, so I don't think that that's in the back of his head that if I throw this kick, I'm going to get taken down. I don't think he's too worried about that. But I'll be interested to see as to who they will match Pat Barry up against next. I know that since Antonio Bigfoot Silva, who was rumored to come over to fight Cain Velasquez, well, if they're not going to do that fight and they want to keep the string or the streak of opponents for Barry that have such a wide variance in height and reach, that would be a pretty awesome matchup to see. Antonio Bigfoot Silva versus Pat Barry. Man, I think that's a win-win for the fans. But anyway, just thought I'd give a few thoughts on Barry's performance at UFC on FX1. It was pretty exciting. Hope to see you guys next time. Rock on.